Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today is a really fun collaboration with Laura, and go check out her channel. I'm gonna link it down in the description box. Absolutely. I love her channel. She's also in the Vancouver, BC area, and she just does great, like, what's it like to live in Vancouver proper, mama tips, all sorts of great lifestyle videos, and I really like her videos. It's very personal and real, and she's a very real, awesome YouTuber, I think. You know, a lot of people kind of try to glitz up their life and gloss it, and I think, you know, she is not afraid to just have her beautiful, lovely life and family there on YouTube, and I love that honesty. I love that straightforwardness.
Please let me introduce myself. My name is Laura. I live in Vancouver, Canada. I have 2 kids, an 11-month-old and a 4.5-year-old, a son and a daughter, and I make videos about my life in Vancouver. A lot of parenting, mommy videos, as well as lifestyle videos. So please check out my channel and subscribe if you think it would be interesting to you. I thought I'd introduce you to my daughter Bellamy if you haven't met her before. This is her. We call her Belle or Bella or Little Cashew or Little Squish. Those are our names for her. And she's dressed like a watermelon today.
So we thought that it would be fun for us to do a collaboration where we each talk about the 5 things we never used with our babies, right? So 5 things I never used with my son that I was like, I'm sure I'm going to use all of this. One was baby socks. I know everybody was obsessed with giving me baby socks when I had my son. I mean, I guess he was due in November. He came a month early, and people's minds were like, it must be cold in November. But I lived in Southern California at the time, and it was like 80 or 90 degrees. It was not cold. And people would, it would get down to like 65, and they're like, oh, I need socks, I need socks. And my son, when he was a baby, hated socks. Oh no, he was gonna kick them off somehow. Like, before he could even properly move, he did not like socks. So socks were something that I never ended up using. As comical as that is, I just assumed baby socks, everybody's giving me these, I better put them on. I had friends that would, you know, I'd bring my baby over, but oh, why isn't he wearing socks? They're like, because it's 78 degrees out. So baby socks, because of where I lived when my baby was born, I never used, and I always thought that was really funny. Number 2, and this is one that people are always like, you gotta have this. I never used a crib. My baby, I never needed one. My son, when he was a baby, I got him a bassinet. That was a joke. The bassinet wasn't going to happen. He was like, you are co-sleeping with me, mama. Do you see this? You're going to cuddle me and I'm going to get my breast milk whenever I want. Don't think that I have to cry for it. Oh no, all I have to do is, and then it better be there. So I never used a crib. And I so wanted a crib. I wanted to do like a crib in nursery. And I so wanted to do that. I was like, oh, I've seen all these nursery things on YouTube. I've seen them on Pinterest. I want to do a nursery. And I didn't do a nursery. I didn't end up doing one. I didn't really have the space at the time. Because when I had my son, I was living with family to save money, and I had a very small space that I was living in, and I didn't have room anyway. Like, I could have maybe done a corner bassinet thing, and that's what I did to start out with, but that got tossed out. So I never used a crib. Number 3, this kind of goes along with you gotta have a nursery. I never used a changing table proper. I think they're awesome, but they're really kind of expensive, and I like to stay on budget. I like to, you know, save money. So what I did is I bought a big IKEA dresser, and I painted it, and I painted a fun blue color because I knew I was having a boy. And I bought a changing mat that kind of holds them a little bit, and I put that on top, and I used that, maybe for the first 6 months, and then I just started changing them on the pack and play, or I changed them on the bed, or I changed them on the ground, on the play mat. So I don't think, if you're stressing out, and I think this is so important, and you're thinking, what are the things I have to have? I must have, oh, I've got to spend money on this, I've got to spend money on this. We're all on a budget, right? Like, parenting is very expensive for all of us. And I think if you can save money and save stress for yourself, mama, it's really good to do. So you don't need a crib, you don't need a buckload of baby socks, unless you live somewhere cold, then you probably do. And you don't need a changing table. It's okay to just have small spaces when they're little and teeny weeny, because they really just want to be near you. Number 4, I want to have been able to use this, but I am just clearly not smart enough. A ring sling. Moms love ring slings. Moms are obsessed with ring slings. It's like talking porn. if you go up to a mom, it's like, well, what's your favorite type of ring sling? Oh, well, I like Eastern European. No, 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 I'm more of the Scandinavian type. You know what? I really like American made. Oh, have you seen that Japanese one? It's amazing. I know, right? Moms get really into their slings. And I've noticed that ring slings in particular, this is a whole subgroup of all of us mamas. And I bought a ring sling. I was like, I'm gonna ring sling this mo effa. Oh yeah. And I was ready and I just couldn't get it to work. It was never comfortable. I could never get them to lay right. And I think looking back on it, I just wasn't doing it right. And I was too sleep deprived, even though like I looked at videos on how to do this in my sleep deprivation, but I was just a zombie. I was. My son was such a bad sleeper and it was such a big transition for me and I was under so much stress when my son was born that I was just like, I was a walking zombie. I did not wear it. So my ring sling is one that I bought and I never used. And I gave it to my sister who had a baby 6 months ago. And I don't think she's ever used it. So I'm going to ask for it back so that I can do a demo for you all. Because I did finally learn how to use it. Once I'd gotten a little bit more sleep and then my kid was too big and I went, oh, this isn't actually very comfortable. I do know that people use it for a bigger kid on their back and things. But my son is tall and large for his age. It doesn't work. I can't even ergo him anymore. So number 5, things that I never needed to use. And I laugh looking back at all of this stuff that I was like, I've gotta have it, was a swing. So I had a friend that very sweetly bought me a nice swing. It had a little battery operated, you know, it was swinging back and forth. And they were like, this made my daughter not cry. It was amazing. And so I needed it because my son had horrible colic. And it was so stressful to have a screaming baby constantly. And so I was like, I will try this. So I put them in a little rocky swing and you buckle them in and it's all plush and nice. And my son hated it. Absolutely hated it. In fact, I kept it around for ages thinking he'll like it. And finally when he was like over a year, when he could walk up to it, he would sit in it and he was way too big for it. And he would rock it and I think this was awesome. But up until over a year, he did not like the swing. And it was one of those things like everybody always says the swing is magical. It is going to save them. It's going to be amazing. And it so wasn't for me. Not at all. Oh my God. It was just pure craziness because I would stick him in there. He would be quiet for a few seconds and he'd be like, hey, wait, somebody put me down. Ah! So the rocking swing, I never used it. I know. And these are 5 things that like everybody always says, you must have all of these. And nope, I never used any of them. None of them really worked. I tried some of them I didn't. And some of them just aren't necessary, I think. I think that's a wonderful message that, you know, you and some really basic necessities are all your baby needs, right? You don't need to go crazy on these. And you don't need to feel stressed if you did buy something and you feel foolish for it not working. That happens to all of us. We all buy something thinking this is what we must have. And then it doesn't work because, you know, each individual baby is different, right? Babies come into the world with their own perspectives on things and their own desires, even when they're little and tiny. So let me know if you love these collaboration videos. Go check out Laura's channel. It is amazing and wonderful. She's a great YouTuber. Again, I'm going to link it down there in the description. Go check it out. We're both doing the same subjects. We're both doing these 5 things we didn't use with babies. And I love working with other YouTubers. I think it's really fun. I think this is going to be a great year for collaborations. Give it a thumbs up. And hey, if you're coming over from Laura's channel, welcome. I am Rose Kelly. I'm a single mama to my 3-year-old son. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos. I do all sorts of fun parenting topics and fitness for mamas and, you know, the practical reality of being a gentle, kind parent in a stressful world. That's kind of my channel. So until next time, I will see you on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you all around. And hey, thanks for watching. Bye.